Welcome to United Report, your daily hub for all things Manchester United. From breaking news to transfer talk and match updates, we've got every red covered. If you live and breathe United, hit subscribe and join the family. Glory, glory, Man United. Once hailed as Manchester United's next great hope, Mason Greenwood has found redemption and recognition far from Old Trafford, lighting up League One with Marseille and finishing joint top scorer alongside Ousmane Dembélé. The 22-year-old has earned high praise from teammate Adrien Rabio, who believes Greenwood could have been England's Bellingham if not for the controversies that stalled his rise. As Greenwood rebuilds his career in France and eyes a potential international switch to Jamaica, the question remains, how far could he still go and what might have been? Former Manchester United starlet Mason Greenwood has been praised by Marseille teammate Adrien Rabio. The Frenchman claims Greenwood could have been like Jude Bellingham in regards to stardom. Having emerged from the Red Devils academy system, Bradford-born Greenwood swiftly made an impression under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and became the club's youngest European goal scorer at the age of just 17. In October 2022, Greenwood was charged with attempted rape, assault occasioning actual bodily harm and controlling and coercive behaviour. The UK's Crown Prosecution Service later discontinued these proceedings and all charges were dropped in 2023. Greenwood was suspended by United after his arrest and was sent out on loan to Getafe that year. A year later, he made the permanent switch to Marseille. In League One, Greenwood has flourished, scoring 21 goals to tie with PSG's Ballon d'Or contender Ousmane Dembélé atop the goal-scoring standings, though some of his antics haven't gone down well with the club's fan base. His peer in France, Rabio, has now claimed that Greenwood is an exceptional talent and that he could have had a brand image like revered England and Real Madrid star Bellingham. Mason is an incredible player, Rabio told The Athletic. If he hadn't had all of his problems, I think he'd have an image like Jude Bellingham. Mason would be the star. Because he's an exceptional player, he can score with his right foot and his left foot, he has an exceptional shot, and he can dribble. We're very lucky to have him. When he's really focused, he does really great things. Roberto De Zerbi's Marseille finished as distant League One runners-up this season and have therefore qualified for the Champions League. Greenwood aided massively in these efforts, though it has been made clear that he has little chance of being named in an England squad again, having made his debut and sole appearance in 2020. Bellingham, the subject of Rabio's comparison, however, is talismanic for his country at the age of 21, 2 years younger than former Red Devil Greenwood. Steve McClaren, who endured a short-lived stint at the helm of the Three Lions from 2006 to 2007, has been trying to tempt Greenwood into switching international allegiances to Jamaica, whom he now coaches. As per conditions set by FIFA, players can switch international allegiances if they have not played in more than 3 competitive matches for a senior national side before turning 21. Greenwood only kitted out once for England in a 2020 UEFA Nations League match against Iceland and is therefore eligible to switch to the Reggae Boys if he pleases. We are in contact all the time with him, Greenwood, and his family, admitted Jamaica manager McClaren, who took up his current position in 2024. I am very confident he only wants to play for Jamaica. It is up to him when he moves forward with that. The ball is in his court. Former Manchester United coach René Meulenstein has slammed Ruben Amorim for his unwavering commitment to his favoured 3-4-3 formation, despite results not going United's way since he took over at Old Trafford. After taking the reins in November, following an impressive stint at Sporting CP, Amorim struggled to hit the ground running with the Red Devils. He ultimately steered them to a 15th place finish in the league and defeat to Tottenham Hotspur in the Europa League final. Amorim 40 managed a meagre 7 wins out of 27 league games and subsequently missed out on European football qualification. Now, his relentless use of his preferred system has drawn criticism from Meulenstein. I find it, in my personal opinion, a bit short-sighted in that respect, Meulenstein said on the High Performance podcast. I think if he worded it differently from the start, he would not have got hunted by it every single day, because constantly the media will come back to him. You're losing again today, is it because of the system? I think he should have said, listen, I prefer a 3-4-3 system. I had a lot of success with it. I know it can work. I'm going to try to make it work at Manchester United. However, I need to have a look at the squad first. I need to look at how I can best use the players and utilise their strengths, because that's what you need to do. And I need to get to know the Premier League and the opponents and everything. There's so many variables that have an effect on whether that system is going to work or not, Molenstein continued. So if he would have done that, he would have been more flexible in getting to grips with the size of the task anyway, never mind losing or winning games. Now, when you win games, things become easier because you can get your message across easier. Molenstein, who worked under Sir Alex Ferguson for the last 6 years of the Scotsman's reign, fears that Amorim's determination to stick to his principles could prove to be an error. However, he has argued that it is not too late for Amorim to change his ways, as per the Manchester Evening News. It is hard to say what kind of advice you would give him, because if he diverts from that, he sees it as a weakness, Molenstein added. So that's why he's been maybe stubborn and stuck to it. I'm going to make it work no matter what. I don't think it would be a sign of weakness. He comes across a lot of times as very, very honest. Why couldn't you say, listen, I know I've said this. However, the experiences I've had over the last few months make me rethink and review. I genuinely believe that it is in the best interests of all of us, the team, the squad, that I tweak a few things. He has tweaked a few things. When he's played Garnacho in that number 8 role on the left-hand side, he gave him the leeway to go to the wide areas, because that's where Garnacho's strength is, and then run at people and come inside. I also do think that you never should stick yourself to one particular system, because a system is nothing else than a framework, how you're going to start the game. The moment the whistle goes, a 4-4-2 flows into a 4-3-3, a 2-4-4. However, the game pans out. So that is not the most important thing. Regardless of whether Amorim makes a tactical switch or not, United are facing a crucial summer transfer window as they gear up for next season without the prospect of European football. The club have already signed Matheus Cunha from Wolves and are targeting Brentford forward Bryan Mbumo. Manchester United's summer transfer window is hotting up as we sit just 4 days away from it temporarily closing. United have been quick to take advantage of the exceptional registration period brought about by the Club World Cup, announcing the signing of Matheus Cunha from Wolverhampton Wanderers on the first day of the window. Brentford's Bryan Mbumo appears to be next up on the Reds' wish list, having bagged 20 goals last season for the Bees. The Reds are firmly entrenched in talks with Brentford, but their business is not expected to be concluded once Mbumo does sign. In our latest look at the media headlines, we are going to focus on the news surrounding a couple of strikers who have been heavily linked to United. According to ESPN's Mark Ogden, Osimhen is not a target for United despite his availability. It is understood that United do not see the Nigerian as being the right fit for Ruben Amorim's forward line. Meanwhile, his £63 asking price is thought to be considered a problem for the Reds. What Mensport says, it is hard to see how United have come to the conclusion that Osimhen does not fit the system that Amorim is looking to build. Yes, a Victor Gyökeres is more physically demanding, but it is not as though the Nigerian is weak and unable to lead the line on his own. His goal-scoring prowess speaks for itself, and surely that makes him worthy of taking a gamble. Napoli's asking price could be the leading reason behind United's interest reportedly coming to an end, but you have to wonder if the club are making the right call on this one. According to Sky Sports News, Sporting's talisman remains a favourite in the eyes of Amorim. It is understood that even if Mbumo was to sign this summer, United would still be on the lookout for a number 9, and Gyökeres is on their list. What Mensport says, Gyökeres' arrival would be a no-risk option for United this summer, and after the season they have just endured, that could be exactly what is needed. The Swede clearly knows how to play Amorim's system and knows how to perform to incredible standards under the Portuguese head coach's tuition. Arguably, the ex-Coventry City man does not fit the image of an Ineos signing considering his age. But United need less risks this window. Results are needed and fast, and ultimately Gyökeres has proven that he can deliver. Here at the Manchester Evening News, we are dedicated to bringing you the best Manchester United coverage and analysis. Make sure you don't miss out on the latest United news by joining our free WhatsApp group. You can get all the breaking news and best analysis sent straight to your phone by clicking here to subscribe. You can also subscribe to our free newsletter service. Click here to be sent all the day's biggest stories. And finally, if you would rather listen to our expert analysis, then make sure to check out our Manchester is Red podcast featuring the Samuel Luckhurst show and the midweek debate. Our shows are available on all podcast platforms, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and you can also watch along on YouTube. Tottenham Hotspur could have the perfect welcome gift for Manchester United target Bryan Mbumo if the Brentford talisman chooses to move across London this summer. In recent weeks, Mbumo has emerged as a top target for United after they missed out on Liam Delap. Mensport understands that United submitted a £55 million bid for the winger, but it is believed this has been rejected, with Brentford thought to be valuing him at a similar price to Matheus Cunha, who was bought for £62.5 million by the Reds. Mbumo is understood to favour a move to United this summer and is giving the Reds priority to negotiate with him. Last week, the transfer was thrown into some slight jeopardy after reports emerged that Tottenham could enter the race to sign him. This started after Spurs sacked manager Ange Postecoglou and listed Bees boss Thomas Frank as their top candidate to replace him. It was claimed that the Dane informed Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy that he would insist the club targets Mbumo in the transfer window, and the owner was on board with the idea. If Tottenham were to complete this deal for Mbumo, they already have the perfect welcome gift for him. For his national team Cameroon, the 25-year-old wears the number 20, having worn number 19 for much of his time at Brentford. Spurs' current number 20, Fraser Forster, was confirmed to be leaving North London this summer when his contract expires, meaning that shirt number would be available for the forward if he wished to take it. While United would not be able to offer Mbumo the number 20, as it is currently occupied by Diogo Dalot, they could potentially go one better. The number 19 at Old Trafford is currently vacant, having last been worn by Raphael Varane during the 2023-24 season. While his final decision is unlikely to be made based on available squad numbers, Mbumo can at least rest easy that either his ideal shirt numbers are available at whichever club he moves to.